Deep below Antarctica's surface lurks mysterious creatures and secrets of the dark. Tales of mysterious beings 90 feet long, emerging from the darkness to ensnare the unwary with their bewitching spells. Humanoids scarcely seen swiftly vanish, making it nearly impossible to capture on camera. Researchers speculate that regions like the Arctic host many creatures like this, given that humans don't frequently visit those areas. But when they do, these creatures make their presence felt. Our courageous explorers have been diving into these unexplored depths, uncovering the mysteries of what lies underneath, from gigantic sea creatures to even signs of possible extraterrestrial life. We're about to uncover the creepiest things discovered in the Arctic region. 1. Spaghetti monster. Researchers found a creature almost 50 feet long, making it one of the largest creatures ever found in the ocean's depths. What made it even more eerie was its spaghetti-like appearance, and the way it moved was unsettling, as if it was constantly changing shape with smooth and twitching motions. Later, it was known as siphonophore, aka spaghetti monster. This creature poses unique challenges for study due to its habitat in complete darkness, where even a small amount of light could harm its delicate structure. The siphonophore is very fragile, and if it's disturbed too much, it can fall apart into many small pieces, each a tiny organism on its own. This makes it really hard for scientists to study it without causing any harm. So looks like we'll have to wait to find out more about this elusive being. 2. Red tide, an eerie occurrence that happens to the Arctic waters, causing a blood-like hue to the shallow waters, which causes speculations where it was coming from. The cause of red tide is driven by toxic algae, which can lead to paralysis and death in marine life, including humans. Lasting for weeks, red tide disrupts entire ecosystems. Though dangerous, it captivates scientists and researchers due to its unsettling nature. 3. Borealis mud volcano. The Borealis mud volcano is not a typical geological formation, but are astonishing natural wonders. During eruptions, towering columns of fire and flames shoot into the water, creating a stunning yet fearsome scene. What adds to the incredibility is that these eruptions result from vast reserves of natural gas and oil in the region. The endless explosive display continues, captivating as they may be. However, being in close proximity to these shows might not be the safest choice. The volcano lies about 70 nautical miles, 81 miles, south of Bear Island, and is more than 1,300 feet underwater. These occurrences are both hazardous and unpredictable, and nobody wants to be caught off guard when nature decides to showcase its power. Underwater crucifix of Lake Michigan. Beneath the waters of Lake Michigan lies a massive 10-foot white marble cross, a life-size depiction of Jesus lying on the cross. The journey of this image to the depths of Lake Michigan has a captivating tale. The family behind its creation faced a heartbreaking loss of their young son who perished in a tragic accident. Commissioning the statue as a tribute to his memory, they encountered a setback when it was severely damaged during transportation to the United States. Instead of giving up, a group of divers recognized the statue's potential. Understanding its significance, they envisioned it as a memorial for fellow divers who had lost their lives exploring Lake Michigan. Opting to buy the damaged statue, they submerged it in the lake, where it has rested ever since. It has transformed beyond a mere memorial, becoming a powerful symbol of hope, faith, and resilience for all who encounter it. 5. Zombie worm. A fascinating yet eerie creature that at first glance might seem harmless. But its delicate frills and feather-like appearance can be deceiving, as this creature is no fantasy. In fact, it plays a role in a true horror story by feeding on the solid bones of whatever crosses its path, including massive whale carcasses. With its tiny, feather-like appendages gently swaying in the water, the zombie worm engages in a delicate balancing act to absorb just the right amount of oxygen needed for its vital functions. It's a life-sustaining routine that only the most tough organisms can handle. Surprisingly, these worms, particularly the females that grow to a mere 2 inches in length, and the even smaller males that are microscopic, pose no threat to anything other than whale bones. As it has sharp, serrated teeth, the zombie worm doesn't just stop at breaking through the outer layer of bones. This tiny but determined creature goes further by secreting a potent acid. This acid serves a crucial purpose, dissolving the bone to access the nutrient-rich contents within. Once it breaches, the zombie worm sets to work, transforming bone proteins into the fat and nutrients it needs for sustenance. Despite its terrifying appearance and voracious feeding habits, this creature has a remarkable survival strategy. 6. Locomotive Graveyard of Long Branch Ocean. While New Jersey is renowned for various things like iconic diners, Atlantic City, and being the birthplace of Frank Sinatra, it also hides a peculiar secret beneath the sea, a creepy locomotive graveyard. In 1985, divers witnessed the discovery of two trains resting at the bottom of the Long Branch Ocean. These trains, dating back to the 1850s, became a captivating mystery. Despite belonging to that era, there are no historical records of their construction or disappearance. It's as if they vanished from the Earth only to be discovered centuries later beneath the ocean's surface. This underwater locomotive graveyard has intrigued scientists and historians for decades, sparking various theories about how these trains ended up at the bottom of the sea. Some suggest that a barge carrying the trains capsized during a storm, while others believe the trains were purposely dumped into the ocean to prevent the barge from sinking. However, a more eerie theory proposes that the trains were intentionally thrown into the sea to eliminate any evidence related to a crime. This idea has captured the imagination of many, giving rise to rumors of hidden treasures and long-buried misdeeds. The underwater train graveyard remains a mystery, leaving us without clear answers on how and why these locomotives ended up at the ocean floor. China's underwater city. In the East China Sea, there's this ancient underwater city. It's a fascinating reminder of a thriving civilization that existed more than 1,300 years ago. The city is submerged between 80 to 160 feet below the sea's surface, covering an area close to 40 square miles. Even though it's been underwater for centuries, the city's impressive architecture and detailed carvings have remarkably endured. The walls are adorned with carvings of dragons, phoenixes, and other mythical creatures, and in front of many buildings, there are these proud stone guardian lions that have somehow retained their strength despite being submerged for so long. The Beijing Diving Club, known for its expertise, was given the opportunity to dive into the submerged streets of the city. This has quickly become a hotspot for scuba divers, eager to witness glimpses of ancient China's history. This underwater city not only serves as a time capsule, but also provides abundant opportunities for divers to immerse themselves in the rich history of ancient China. 8. The Odysseus Shipwreck. 2018, archaeologists made a discovery near the coast of Bulgaria in the Black Sea. They found the world's oldest sunken ship, estimated to be a Greek merchant vessel from 2,400 years ago. This finding is not just about the ancient city's archaeological wonders, it has changed our understanding of history. This ship is now recognized as the oldest one ever found, measuring 75 feet in length. What sets it apart is that various components like the rowing benches, mast, rudders, and other elements have remained completely intact due to the absence of oxygen at the depth of its discovery. Stumbling upon this preserved ship was a dream scenario. The ship closely resembles the depictions found on ancient Greek wine vases. Baltic Sea anomaly. Let's explore the mysterious depths of the Baltic Sea. It's part of the Arctic Ocean. Back in 2014, a peculiar object that looked like a UFO stirred up a lot of talk. People wondered if aliens had paid us a visit and left their flying saucer behind in the Baltic Sea. Scientists dug into the discovery and concluded that it wasn't a UFO after all. So, what was it? According to experts, it's just a disc-shaped piece of rock. The rock's origin is still unknown, and some speculate it could be a meteorite. 10. Oklahoma sunken cars. Another unsettling discovery of underwater expeditionary was in 1969 to 1970 at Foss Lake. As it left the entire town in disbelief and confusion, a haunting chapter from the past had suddenly resurfaced. The unsettling discovery of old cars at the lake's bottom was just the beginning of a series of horrors. In the first car retrieved, the remains of 3 teenagers were found, huddled together in the back seat as if seeking comfort in each other's presence. Not far away, the second car held the bodies of 3 passengers, frozen in positions that suggested an attempt to escape from an unseen threat. These teenagers had disappeared without a trace back in 1970, leaving their families and friends in despair. Until the moment the car was uncovered, their stories remained a mystery. The occupants of the second car had vanished a year earlier, in 1969. The family's victims never found them. Medical examinations concluded that the cause of death was drowning, and labeled it as accidental. However, the circumstances surrounding the incident were too horrifying to dismiss. In an uncanny twist, both cars vanished in separate years, but ended up being discovered in the exact same spot. This strange occurrence instilled fear among the locals, turning the once peaceful lake into a source of fear. 11. North Korean ghost ships. The ocean is a vast and unforgiving desert, and has been the scene of many tragedies in human history. While some ships successfully reach their destinations, many others meet a tragic fate at sea, becoming silent witnesses to a forgotten past, condemned to roam the seas forever. However, some of these lost ships refuse to fade away. They transform into ghost ships, haunting the waters they once sailed. Among the most haunting are the ghost ships of North Korea, serving as symbols of desperation and isolation. North Korean fishermen tend to seek life sustainability at sea, often face the ocean's dangers ill-equipped and unprepared. So numerous vessels disappear mysteriously. Some speculate that these ghost ships are a consequence of the strict control imposed by the North Korean regime. Due to limited access to food and resources, fishermen are compelled to venture deeper into the sea in search of resources. Lacking communication or rescue means, they end up stranded and their fate uncertain. While ghost ships may captivate thrill seekers with a taste for adventure, they serve as a haunting reminder for those who have lost loved ones at sea, highlighting the perils hidden beneath the ocean's surface. The exploration of Arctica has taken us on a thrilling voyage into the unknown, where darkness conceals both marvels and secrets. Our brave explorers have shared tales of colossal sea creatures and the intriguing possibility of extraterrestrial life. One will always ask a question: have we discovered all yet? Most of the waters remain unexplored, uncharted, and unseen by our eyes. It might be shocking to find out, but only 5% of the ocean has been explored. Time will only tell what else the region's hiding underneath.